Oh, I just want to take a moment with just gratitude and love to bring each and every one of us into center. Taking some nice deep breaths in, just allow yourself to come back into your body. Just to acknowledge it for a moment as the vehicle that is giving us each the opportunity to even connect with each other in this way in this lifetime. What a beautiful gift it is. It's definitely been Mr. Toad's wild ride. And what an incredible ride it has been. And we are really flowing with some beautiful currents of energy as we open ourselves to the energy of 1111, the 1111 portal gate. We're really, what this is it's opening us up into the portal and the gateway of the quickening of the flow of the currents of plasma and energy that is going to continually increase as we move towards the beginning of December, as we again are aligning ourselves with the great central sun, the galactic core. So we are getting the direct signal, if you will. The alignment is coming into the place where our bodies are going to be able to receive, like an antenna, a direct frequency and signal from the great central sun, the galactic center, allowing us to receive really pure and open communication from our higher stations of identity, from the founder races, from our true blueprints, light codes, fire letters. This is where all of the work that we've been doing, everything that's been happening, has been leading us to really opening and preparing our body to receive higher frequencies. What this means is that every time our DNA can increase, can hold more light, it expands, it's activating more strands of our DNA. And it's kind of like learning how to stretch something out or work out some muscles. Our body has to be able to catch up with the influx of new light frequencies that are coming in. So with this, it is so vital and important to just be gentle with yourself. Just let yourself flow with as much ease and grace through each and every day that we're going through. And even when it feels overwhelming, and even when it feels like there's a lot going on or it's hard to concentrate, because these are some of the key things that our mental body is feeling right now, is that it sometimes can short out the brain. It can feel like time is in fast forward. It can feel like it's an overwhelm of what to work on, what to process, because everything just feels like almost a quickening of the energy. And every time we come in to breathe, so in this moment, we're just going to take some breaths to just feel what it's like to come back into center and breathe, and just be gentle with our body, that it is doing the best it can to catch up, into expanding itself, into purging itself, detoxing any of the lower frequencies, so that we can hold more and more in our chalice, our body, our chalice, hold more of the light in the vessel that we are. And as you take these deep breaths, just allow yourself to come into your pineal gland, your sixth chakra, your third eye, as if you're turning your eyes inward and looking into the middle of your head, and just see your platinum star, your Merkaba star in the middle of your head. On that inhale, bring your attention to it and breathe it all the way down, imagining your star just dropping all the way down into the core of the earth. And just for this moment, notice what is different in the core, the heart of the earth right now. Because just like our bodies are accelerating, her body is accelerating. And I want you just to feel the new base frequencies. This is where we can truly ground, because she is evolving, expanding, and growing. And if we can stay attuned with the rising vibrations of her frequencies, we will stabilize ourselves in the movement of her ascension. So it won't feel so warbly or distorted for us. If we can kind of stay in alignment with this, it feels kind of more natural. We'll acclimate to her movement. So just let yourself feel the plasma flow within her. And when you're ready, just breathe that up like a plasma geyser up about 6 inches below your feet. And just remembering that about 6 inches below your feet, this is your 12th chakra. So this is your platform of your seal, your protective field around you, your container of light. And just breathe that plasma light up around you like a container of plasma that is encasing your entire body, surrounding your entire field. And on a breath, just let your awareness go out the crown of your head and go to the core of the universe. That we're really going towards the great central sun, the galactic center. And as we anchor into there, we're really feeling the light and the plasma fields of the next higher universe. And you're just anchoring that in, and like a shower of plasma, diamonds, and light, just let that rain down all the way from the heavens, down your crown, down your central column that reaches all the way to the core of the universe, and just watch it just pour down you and surround you with your star radiance, your perfect signature of your star light all the way around you. Imagine that each and every one of us has our own kind of unique blueprints. We all come from the original source, but in truth, through our journeys and through our connection with different star nations, that each of us has a little bit of a variance and uniqueness of our DNA and the levels that we hold, what star families we're connected to. So just ask that you can calibrate this light to help support you to awakening to higher communication with your star families, with your guides, with your higher stations of identity or your higher self. Just ask that your entire field be calibrated to perfectly attune your aura, your field in your body, for you to be the antenna receiver for your truth, your pure consciousness. And just hold that field all around you. I want you just to feel, in so many ways, it's such a beautiful balancing energy that it is like the infinite power of pure creation. It is the divine balance of the masculine and feminine. There is no duality within this field you're wrapping yourself in. And with this next breath, just imagine your lungs expanding, and as the light codes merge with the air around you that you're breathing, feel that the air you're breathing is just these perfect light codes. They could look like sparkles. They could sound like frequencies. They could be like colors. However you receive them into your body, feel yourself filling up your lungs. Let your lungs become the radiance of the pure cosmic rays that you are breathing in. And as you breathe it in, just say to yourself, anything I've been hanging on to, anything that does not serve me any longer, anything that is not in alignment or serving me in connecting with my higher self, cosmic light, dissipate this now. You could even pull in the violet ray if you choose. You could breathe in the plasma rays of Christos or Christic consciousness. You could breathe in the Celestine fire. However you want to imagine it, it's as if you breathe this light in and it just starts to dissolve all of the calcification in your lungs, all of the places that have gotten hardened by this 3D reality, all of the places that may be holding toxins, nanites, any kind of infrastructure within your lungs that have been keeping your lungs from receiving the full radiance of who you are. And just imagine breathing that in, and it's activating now your higher heart. That your lungs are surrounded around your heart chakra, your fourth chakra, and also right above that is your eighth chakra of your thymus. So it's just activating your higher heart, and just feel yourself expanding. And if these words resonate for you, let them be the words you speak to your higher self. Higher self, I dedicate this body to my soul's purpose. I dedicate this body to being a vessel of light. I dedicate this body to be in service to the true mission of light that I came here to be. All of the places that my ego has been holding any distortions, any fears, any limitations, or any places that my ego has been holding on to the physical reality, clinging to the past, or clinging to anything to feel secure. I am complete with hanging on to the past. I am complete with seeking physical security. I am complete with needing things to be a certain way or having to control the way things turn out in my life. I am willing to surrender my life to living my life's purpose, my soul's purpose. I dedicate this now, and so it is. And just take a deep breath. Very good. As you take some nice deep breaths, just allow yourself now to feel yourself breathing that energy out and through your muscles, your lymphatic system, your blood system. Just know that your heart is your driver's seat. It is the stargate within your body that leads you to the heart of all that is, the heart of the infinite creator, the heart of creation, the heart of every heart. That when we connect heart to heart, we are seeing the divine. The divine in me sees and acknowledges the divine in you. Heart to heart is part of us coming into our unity consciousness, where we drop our mind from needing to process things and figure things out, and we allow our heart to be the driver. And as we do this, we're realizing that what we're allowing to take precedence in this life is the cosmic light of creation. The infinite field of creation is breathing in and out through us, and we are allowing it to be the radiance. And as you allow that, just realize the oxygen in your body goes to every single cell, every single tissue, and every single part of your body. It's required for you to live. It's part of how the essence moves through you and animates your avatar. It animates your body. So just let that move through. And as it moves through, just let it go wherever it needs to go. Find any places that feel blocked. You might notice your abdomen has been holding a lot of worry or other people's energy. You might find that your shoulders have been holding a little bit of tension and stress. You might find that your head has been holding a little bit of tension from all of the energy it's been trying to process. Just find wherever has been hanging on and trying to process things, but it's gotten tight or hasn't been able to process it quickly enough, and just let it, just give it permission to let go. Give it permission. Say, thank you so much for all that you've done to protect me. We surrender now. And it's kind of like floating on a calm, serene lake, floating in the water. When we float, it's so beautiful to realize that if we struggle, we will sink. But if we surrender and we just allow ourselves to float, it holds us, it lifts us, and it takes us into this beautiful serenity. And as you anchor that, what you are doing is just sensing and feeling your next layer of growth, the next place that you are evolving into. Every single day, when you wake up, you're different than who you were yesterday. Every single day, there's more radiance coming to the planet. Therefore, there's more codes in your DNA waking up. Therefore, there's more consciousness embodying into your body. Therefore, you are becoming more attuned to your higher self and living your life more and more and more as your soul's purpose. So therefore, every day, every breath, and every moment when you surrender, you keep being brand new. And as you take that, feel how you are stepping into a level of stewardship, a guardian and a protector. And what are you a guardian and protector of? Each and every one of us has a different energy we connect with. Some of us are holding light codes and frequencies. Some of us are connected with the minerals and the crystals and the land. Some of us are connected with how the frequencies are moving through the children. Some of us are connected with helping souls be able to be liberated from the astral planes on this planet. Some of us are all holding different guardianship roles on this planet. And the way we become those guardians is by letting go of all of those lower frequencies of our ego. And just fully and completely surrendering into just being our higher self, which really means not having to figure out how or why we do the things we do. We just know that's what my heart guided me to do, so that's why I did it. My mind doesn't have to figure it out. All I know is that when my heart guides me, I talk to just who I need to talk to. I am right where I need to be. I make the phone call I just need to make. I maybe make the text message I didn't know I needed to make. All of these things happen just because we are just spontaneously being in the now, being brand new, right here, right now, right here, right now. And let yourself one more time just expand. Feel yourself just completely unlocking a whole other level. Just go deeper. Find the next layer that is ready to reveal itself to you that's been hanging on. And just letting the light flow in through there and just proclaiming, I am free, I am free, I am free, I am complete, with needing to control my reality, with needing to know how things work, with needing to have everything figured out. I am complete with even having to know where I come from or know what my mission is. I know who I am by being who I am. Take a deep breath. And as you hold this guardianship role, come back to a slight awareness of your physical reality. And I want you to notice you are anchoring a geographical position on the planet right now. Where your body is sitting, you are being an acupuncture point of your Christic light right where you're sitting. So I want you now to just become aware of the land. So it's the room where you're sitting, the building or the house where you're sitting, and then the land that you are sitting on. And I want you to connect all the way down. And I want you just to let yourself move out a radiance around you, whatever that radius is that you are managing. And if you, here's the thing, just remember, you have the right to call on your guardians. You could call on your protectors. You could call on the angelic forces. You could call on the dragon races. You could call on whomever your guides or who you work with. You do not have to do this alone. So you can ask for assistance. This is where we forget a lot of times, is we all think we need to do everything all by ourselves. But remember, we have many, many, many beings, multidimensional beings, who are only waiting for us to ask for help. So you can ask for help in holding to anchor your field around, to hold this grid point. And now just imagine I want you to connect with the consciousness of Earth. So this is the beauty of the 1111 Stargate opening right now. This is a significant time in where Earth is going to be accelerating. I know a lot of people hear this as the event or as the new Earth that is happening. We all know this is happening right now. You can feel it in your DNA and you can feel it in your bones. Something exciting is happening. And I don't care what you call it, just know that right now, what you are doing is one of the most important things, and pretty much one of the most important things that you incarnated into this lifetime to do. That's how vital and important you are. So right on the land where you are sitting, I want you just to imagine connecting to the consciousness of Earth as a sentient being, and let your energy go all the way down into the core of her plasma field. And just ask her what it is that she needs. We are here to be her guardian, assisting her in this ascension. All of the human beings on the planet, the majority of them are going along for the ride. And the work that we are doing is allowing more and more of them to wake up to something is happening. And as you connect with her, asking what she needs, just remember, bring your awareness back to the crown of your head and to that plasma field of light that is pouring in directly from the great central sun, the core of the universe. You are the antenna bringing that light in. And just imagine whatever it is that the Earth is asking for to help balance this ascension process, and whatever grid lines that you're sitting on, whatever ley lines you're sitting on, whatever magnetic lines that you may be influencing, or whatever vortices that are around you that you are holding space for in this moment, just let yourself be a channel. There's no thought around it. It's just your higher selves communicating with the Earth sentience and just being a fountain of that light. And it'll come through your crown of your head, and it might feel a little intense. Just take deep breaths and just ask your higher self, open and calibrate all of my chakras to be able to facilitate the radiance of this light frequency moving through me as it moves through me and into the plasma fields of the Earth, as I am a part of the unity field. And I want you just for a moment, connect with how each of us in this group are doing this right now. Almost like we can hold energetic hands with each other as we do this. And on the next breath, I want you to breathe in and out and just imagine all of the other light warriors, light workers, star seeds, and beings who are consciously moving energy for the good of humanity and for the acceleration of compassion and love on this planet. In whatever way they're doing it, I want you just to imagine that you can see all of their hearts kind of light up, and we connect with all of them and just kind of hold a space where we can elevate that. And in this 1111 portal, we are just holding an etheric mass meditation. And just for the next few breaths, let us all each infuse into the heart of the Earth, into the hearts of each and every one of us, and into the hearts of each sentient being who is asking to receive, that we can infuse compassion, love. And I will just let you, just from your guidance, what you are being guided to bring in. And let's just take a few moments together to intend this for all humanity on the planet. Ooh. And as we do this, we're being guided right now, just for those who are called to do this along with us, is to open some transit portals in order to assist souls and beings who have been trapped in the astral realms, in the interdimensional realms, any souls that have been fractured, any souls that have been lost, any souls that have not transitioned completely off of the earth plane. And let us just hold a sacred vigilance for them to be able to utilize through the 13th pillar of light, a safe transit portal. We ask Aqua Mother to please open safe transit for all souls that are ready on this planet to return home. That in this moment, as we hold the light and the love, in this gateway moment of planetary alignment, we are asking for the assistance from the Crystal Star host to please assist with the safe transit for all souls who are seeking to be home now. You are free, you are free, you are free. You are free, you are free, you are free. And each one of us has the opportunity to be kind of like a beacon of light. Whew. That just is a guiding light assisting. That part of the liberation of planet Earth as she moves into her next avatar, her next station of identity, her fifth dimensional avatar, back into Tara. What she is experiencing is the same thing we experience when we do shadow work. Shadow work is really getting rid of the locked up or repressed energy that we've held on to. And a lot of the souls that get trapped on the planet, the past timelines and the memories that are stuck on the planet, is no different than the shadow work for the earth, what she needs to help heal, what we are actually helping her detox out of her different layers of her fields, her aura layers, her chakra fields. So just imagining wherever you're guided on the planet, if you could imagine that we're all surrounding her and she's right in the middle of us, and she can highlight all of her chakras or her grid lines or her vortex points and any of the places that you are drawn to kind of assist. And it might just look like colors and swirls or geometries. And just imagining that you're kind of helping her detox, use the plasma field from the inside of her and just kind of geyser it out. And it's like a flush. And as you do, you're going to notice that all of the inner earth beings that have been assisting us are actually facilitating this process now. So just let yourself connect. There are some of you in the group that are very connected with the inner earth beings. Some of them are part of your families. And just connecting with them right now and allowing yourself to just notice how all together there's so many souls right now helping to just help flush and liberate the planet. And that the more and more we do this, we ease the pressure in her physical body. We're easing the pressure so there doesn't have to be such dramatic volcanoes or earthquakes or fault lines or any of these things that is really her body shifting and shaking and moving through the changes. So the more we can help detox her body, the more that this process becomes less traumatic. So just feel that right now. And just let, for one more moment, your energy extend out to the edges of her atmosphere. And let's just supercharge the atmosphere, the air. Just do kind of a physical purification for her. Remembering that each of our physical bodies is living inside of her as an enclosed system. We're all breathing the same air, drinking the same water, walking the same land. We live in an enclosed system. So therefore, let's take care of this system just for this moment. Imagine now that plasma light going all the way up through the grass, through the trees, all the way out the branches, all the way up in the highest mountains and out into the tippy tops of the atmosphere, all the way through the clouds, past the clouds, and just to the edge of the atmosphere around. And we are just going to ask of our guardian host to please help facilitate this plasma light so that it begins to dissipate the frequency band and the barrier that we have been experiencing, helping this frequency plasma light to continually dissolve and disable the barrier and the frequency net that has been placed around planet Earth, keeping us from reaching our highest vibrations, keeping us from receiving the highest solar light codes and frequencies that we are asking from the inside out and from the outside in. We are elevating the light of the divine. We are reclaiming the divinity. We are reinstating divine right, law, and order within this planetary sphere. We do not consent to any laws of domination and control any longer. We are hereby relinquishing all places that we have lived based in fear. And I want you just to imagine in your life the word fear. 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 And I want you just to dig deep into your DNA, into your cellular roots, into your chakras, and into your astral body, and ask your higher self just to assist you to move into any place that fear has run your life, dominated your life, directed your life, or dictated your life in any way, shape, or form. Any way, shape, or form in any life that fear was the deciding factor for why we made any decisions. And I want you just to imagine that you're just pulling all of that sludge out, and you're just hereby commanding to be complete with ever surrendering to fear. That in this very I am present moment of now, we remember our divinity. We remember our true light. We remember our original source. We remember where we come from. We remember we are divine royalty. We remember we are divine angelic human beings. We remember we are the Christic race. We remember that we are incredibly special, powerful, beautiful, loving, kind, compassionate, and the guardians of this planet, the guardians of this galaxy, the guardians of this sector of the universe. And in this very I am present moment of now, we are hereby reclaiming our divinity. And all of the places that we forgot who we were and we gave in to the virus of fear, we are hereby complete with you now. In this very sacred moment of this opening of the Stargate portal, we are hereby now asking for all fear to be vacuumed out of our body, siphoned out of our body, flushed out of our body, detoxed out of our body, liberated from our field. We are complete with that now. Whew, take a deep breath, and I want you just to imagine that your entire soul field, your entire soul cloud, however it looks for you, you could be in a light field and you could just be imagining any places there are specks of fear in it, or it could be ooey gooey in your body and you're just pulling it out. However fear is, just imagine it all just be removed from you. And just watch it get siphoned out. And if you would like a visualization, it's siphoned out the top of your crown and out your central column that goes all the way to the great central sun. And it's as if it's like a vacuum that just sucks all of that out of there, and it returns it all back to God's source, divine source, and returns it back into pure essence, the 0 point field, the source of all that is. It takes all of the charge out of it. It steps it out of polarity. It is done. It is done. It is done. And now, in one more breath, just to allow yourself to just speak the words, I am a divine being. I matter. I am valuable. I am important. Who I am and what I do makes a difference. And be really honest with yourself as those words come through you. Is there anything that comes up that tries to say, no, you're not, or that has any sort of blocks or apprehension around it? And this is all very unique and personal to each and every one of us. And just to notice, when you say, I am divine, I matter, what I do makes a difference. And I want you just to notice what comes up that does not harmonize with that statement. And I want you to imagine grabbing it. Anything in my field that is not in alignment with my truth, that I am divine, that I matter, that what I do and who I am is important and is making a difference on this planet. All of the places that I have held programming or beliefs that has kept me limited or small, making me feel as though what I am doing here is not significant, doesn't matter, doesn't have as much impact as I want it to have. All of the places where I have ever felt limited, been limited, or wanted to be limited in any way, shape, or form, I do not listen to that voice any longer. That voice does not belong to me. That is the voice of the shadow. That is the voice of the virus. That is the voice of that which is not of divine source, of which I am. All of the places there has ever been shadow voices within my head trying to limit me, trying to whisper in my ear and tell me things about me that did not make me feel good. I will never listen to you again. You are not me and you do not belong to me. You are not me and you do not belong to me. I am hereby revoking you permanently and irreversibly across all time, dimension, space, and reality. I am commanding now of my higher self as I connect to the source of all that is and pull all of those voices from me now, all of those archonic voices from me now, all of that AI voice from me now, all of the shadow voices from me now, all of the implant voices from me now, anything and everything that was ever placed into my field into my etheric levels, into my astral levels, or even into my physical body as an implant or as a thought or as a way to limit me or keep me from waking up to being who I am as a divine essence and being in this life, you are hereby destroyed and revoked from my field for all time. I command this now, and it is done. Take a deep breath. Just let your body particleize and open up. Feel the divinity that you are. I am a divine being of light. And let yourself say this as your truth. I am a divine being of light. What I do matters. What I do and how I do it makes a difference on this planet. Who I am and what I am makes a difference. I know who I am. I know who I came here to be. I know the essence that pours through me. I align myself more and more, fully and completely, to the source of all that is. I am a chalice of light. This body is the avatar of my higher self in this physical realm to anchor the highest light codes and frequencies through me, as I am a source of elevating the divine angelic human blueprint on this planet. The more and more light I radiate, the more and more this human form accelerates and adapts so that each new generation has a higher evolved body to be born into. And our angelic human race becomes reinstated and restored once again into its full divinity. I am a part of this mission. I know who I am, and I know that everything I'm doing is absolutely important and vital, and I am dedicated to it now. And so it is. Take a deep breath. And as you speak that power again, just feel how big you are, how vast you are, because what you are is your consciousness, which extends far beyond your physical body, and it connects to the unity of all that is. That is how you and I and all of us here together are all connected. And just for a moment, just play with being able to have that telecommunication, that telepathic communication between us. The shareable thoughts. I feel your shareable thoughts of love, of excitement, of embracing your power, of remembering who you are. And most importantly, this absolute joy of being home. You are home in your heart. Thank you for being a part of my family. Thank you for being a part of anchoring this light with me. You are such an incredible gift in my life. And as you feel your body, let's just, again, one more time, just imagine particleizing your body. So you're just a light field. You're a light body. You're a light field. And as you do that, it's as if everything that's not you means old beliefs, other people's energy, stagnant energy, illness, anything that's not you. You can imagine it even as nanites, nanotechnology, implants, anything that's not you. It just drops out of your light field, and then it's just going to get pulled and purified through the Celestine fire and moved out to the 0 point field to become usable energy again. Just letting yourself that in truth, we're the only ones that are hanging on to anything in our life. And in this moment, you are experiencing letting it go. Every single moment, you wake up brand new. Every single moment and breath you take in consciousness, you become a new walk-in of your own higher self. Just taking a deep breath. Just imagine fortifying your field around you one more time. I'm just going to bring the sacred visualization and meditation to a close with so much love